all have this belief in this dream that, things could be a different way. And basically, I don't know, I think there's a huge desire in all of us. And so then there's a belief that that's what we're looking for, is that there's got to be a quantum shift, that there's got to be a jump, a discontinuity, and we're looking for that discontinuity. And we do it with all these different ways, like drinking beers and taking dope and trying to blast ourselves in one way or another. And
Really?
because we're thinking that's what life is all about. When I jump out of my skin, somehow I'll be all right. But this way is no good, man. This is no good at all, And so then, I don't know, I'd like to break that myth, because that's where all suffering really is, in trying to, and just that conviction that this place has got to be wrong, it's got to be wrong. And so then why should enlightenment be an experience even? Okay, you kind of really fell into a presence and really felt it. But, I mean, it doesn't have to be. I think it just step, you could call it step by step, or you could just call it, I don't even know what's been happening to me. Or otherwise, every second is a discontinuity. Every second is a wow. You said it when you said wow and oh, ow.
Or uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, or wow. The two choices. Take your pick.
Yeah.
Now, well, I sure agree with you. Yeah, we want to alter our consciousness with drugs or alcohol or sex or addictions or sensory overload.
Or knowledge or books or
Right.
or
But it's something
satsang
out there. It's something out there instead of looking within. But I think that's, it's all okay. It's all perfect. But it seems like you go through all of that before you finally give up on it, saying the answers are not out there. I mean, there are answers out there, but none that are really satisfactory.
Again, we're back to the fed up factor. You're saying that you get fed up. You
yes.
have to go through it and get fed up, or
Fed up, and then finally you have an opening and an opportunity to look within and to say,
but it's not natural. It's not really natural. Somehow we're taught that something is going to explode for us, right? Because, I mean, why would that be a natural impulse to try to jump out of your skin and just to say, I got to get blasted?
Well,
It's learned, isn't it?
Well, I think even as little kids, we'd hang on to our friends and we'd spin around in a circle and we'd get dizzy and we want to alter our consciousness. It just comes with the territory. We love that. We love to alter consciousness. The first thing that a tribe does when it goes from one place to another is to figure out what are some of the local plants and trees that they can use to make some kind of beer or some kind of, alcohol. That's one of the things that they want to find out. How can they alter their consciousness? We want to get out of this space. It's almost like there's a part of us that says, this isn't the natural state. I want to shift it. Problem with the drugs is that they'll go up there for a while and then they'll show you paradise and then they'll rip you away from it. It's kind of like, just imagine if you were at sea level and suddenly magically transported to the top of Mount Everest instantly. I mean, you'd have like the bends because so you get kind of the spiritual bends. You're showing too much of that all at once.
I'm really recognizing the difference between mind and is, and any thought. I'm not tempted whatsoever to go down the path of go over here, go over there. God, I'm not. I don't know. I'm so lucky, I guess.
So where's your inquiry then? Mostly inward these days?
I mean, maybe there isn't even one. I mean, this is it. I mean, why am I trying to change it or be somewhere else? And like my eyes are opening and I'm seeing things in this moment. And personally, I mean, meditation somehow, I don't feel attracted to it.
No, I don't
much, I'm just saying, like, probably this show is probably where my inquiry is and where my insights are. Talking to you and just being with other people that come on the show or people that come here, or people that ask me things. Somehow I just fall into a real respect and more than a respect, an empathy, and just like that's me out there, really. I mean, something about myself is dissolving, my separate imagined self. And I just spreading like a puddle. Is that a good analogy? I don't know. It's kind of like
puddle, yes, and evaporating into the ethers. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I think if you can get to a place, and I hate these words, you get to a place.
Yeah, watch out,
I know they trap you where there's no forward momentum in your life. To get to a place where, like, if you did nothing else,
desireless, huh?
Well, yeah. if you did not do anything else, if you sat there in your studio right there in your house in that chair, and that's all you did the rest of your life, would that be enough for you? Or
well, that's an idea, That's just an idea. So, like, if I had an idea, like, okay, these shows stop tomorrow. Now, I don't think I would like that too much. I think, why? You could say, well, why not?
Well, I guess what I'm pointing
at
all
those questions are just as false. Why do it or why not do it? I mean, that's just mine.
Well, it seems like a lot of people are on their way to someplace else. That what is somehow is not enough, and that they look upon their lives, or their minds, or their bank account, or whatever. That is something is missing, and they want to move away from this into someplace new where they think the answer is going to be. But if you're always thinking that the answer is going to be around the next corner, you're always going to be noticing more corners.
And you're going to be less noticing what is. You're just going to be looking at the corners, right?
That's right. Going, if I just go there, then I'm going to have the answer. Then I'm going to be free. Then I'm going to wake up. Then I'll be enlightened.
I don't know what'll happen, because really I've only been doing this kind of a show for 4 months, and I never do anything very long. And in the winter, I thought I'd be doing something totally different with these. Actually, when I was in India this winter, I did a hell of a lot of filming. Never taking the time really I don't have the time. I mean, these shows seem to be so much more important than just editing those films and showing you 1 or 2 hours of this guy and that guy. And that we can actually talk together from anywhere, and then that people can call in from anywhere. I mean, it's huge. It's just what you were talking about, participatory, And for me, it's a belief right now that I can facilitate this thing. It seems to be easy enough to do. And I'm into it, and where it'll go, I'd like to improve the website. And I guess it's a giving. I'm not into giving as far as like an idea of giving, that someone said, serve or give or charity or, any of that kind of giving. It's just like, I don't know if it's a giving, I was trying to think of it the other day, and I thought that really what's missing is receiving, because people shouldn't give, they should receive. In other words, if you could receive 100%, that's what are you going to receive is this moment, right? You're going to receive what is, and not, so then that is enlightenment. 100% receiving.
Yeah, what is always offering itself to you.
Right, and that is like the most magnificent thing that can ever be. It's got to be a gajillion times more than a sack of ideas,
It is, but the ego's not present when it receives. The ego stays in the past or thinks about the future, because that's where it has its power. It gets its juice from going away from this precious moment of now. It takes its form because then it can tell stories about the past or stories about the future. It doesn't really it feels very uncomfortable in this precious moment. So if you stay right now, this is it. Your ego begins to...
so that's how we explain receiving, it's a relaxing.
Because
a lot of times we say the ego is out there, hovering over you and always throwing thoughts at you, and it's raining down these ideas, and it's not. I don't think it is, because here's what I'm coming to, the idea I'm coming to is that the ego or that mind is a safety mechanism. It's a mechanism we've been endowed with that when it seems like or we believe there's a threat, it pops up and starts investigating everything and throwing down all kinds of possibilities, let's say, or, fears or things to watch out for, or check out this, check out that. But somehow when we feel like, everything is going right, mind actually has a way to fold up. It just starts to fold and just tucks in, and just says, okay, this is cool, I started saying something like, problems and rejection is like a snowball. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It remanufactures itself. And acceptance or just receiving is like gossamer. It just dissolves.